Good morning, everyone. This is Jake. Jake, say hello. Hey, Jake. He's recuperating well from almost being a dead dog, trapped under a truck. That was a miracle, wasn't it? Shall we tell them about your miracle? Huh? Let's tell them. Let's see how long you'll sit quiet. So, Jake, just like Bo, who's sitting in the chair in there, they love anybody who comes. Oh, yeah. And my sister-in-law came home, and I just came out of the barn. It's evening time. She's Daniela. I'm going, what? Daniela, I said, what you do? She said, I hit a dog. I said, ach, dear. I said, who? It's Jake. I said, what? So I walked up there, just around the bend. There he is, under the truck, halfway under the wheel. His tongue was hanging out, his mouth was open, and his eyes were fixed. I'm going, yep, dead dog. I said, come on now, it's all right. Just back up. You know, don't drive over and mangle him more. Just back up the truck. I'm going, that's not a dead dog. Sure looked dead to me. I said, that's not a dead dog. Hang on. So they wanted to move. I said, no, let's leave him. Let him tell us what's wrong with him now. 10 minutes later, he gets up, a little shook up, bruised, no doubt. Had some scrapes and bruises, right? Did you? You can't have that. That's a piggy food. No. That was about 3 weeks ago now. Gets up, walks down to the house with us. I'm going, well, I'll be darned. He says, that's not a miracle. Huh? Right? Did you come back to life? Next day, my brother-in-law took him to the vet, got him all checked out. Not one broken bone, no internal bleeding, which I figured if he had any, he wouldn't make it through the night, but he did. And there he is, just fine. Seems to have his lesson learned, because he hasn't been getting in front of a car ever since. German Shepherds are awfully smart animals if they're given the chance to actually have a job, which this one does have. Right, Maddie? Yeah, I'm not that dumb. That's a dumb dog. Are you dumb, dog? Got under a truck. Huh? Got under a truck. Dewey says, yeah, I never got caught under a truck either. I'm not that dumb either. Well, anyway, right? So there he is, our little miracle dog. Miracle story. I'm going over to the barn. The horses aren't back yet. Parental love. Yeah, sometimes you have to just accept what comes your way as a parent when you have children. I told my son just recently, I said, you know, someday when I'm not here anymore, look how beautiful it's not yellow and green this year, guys. Pay attention to yellow and green. It is everywhere this year. Yellow and green are both colors of hope and encouragement. Yeah, people don't notice things like that. I do. And, yeah. Yep. Well, anyway, I said, yeah, someday you all, with all the things you're so unhappy with Mom, or got things to complain about, or anywho, I said, someday you will go and say, we absolutely had the best mom ever. There isn't a better one out there. I'm so full of it, aren't I? Yeah. Got to be honest with yourself. Why should I go and be all, oh my God, what did I do wrong with you? I didn't do anything wrong, per se. I did everything. There's just Danny's garden. My coo shells are growing in there. Oh, look, see? Yellow blooms. Of course. I did everything the best I knew how, and I loved it. When I hear parents complain about not having enough time And oh my God, this is that. And why did you have kids in the first place? Oh, there's a baby. Where's your mama, girl? Or boy? Looks like a girl. I call all the chickens when they're babies girls because I want them to turn into girls. I've got plenty of boys. Anywho, I'm going to set you guys up over here again. Number one, I'm not going to do that because I loved having all of my children. Once that first one came around, I just switched gears. Doesn't matter what age you are. You know, you switch gears. Suddenly, oh my gosh, I've got this life I'm responsible for now to raise for the next so many years. If one's not ready for that, then, well, okay, no, abortion's not okay for that. Yeah? In my case, I thought all of my children are really, really happy happenstances. All from the same source, too, for that matter. Madison, that's not your food. It's the piggy's food. Oh. Anywho, so I absolutely loved being a parent. And I didn't have a problem finding some time for myself or, happily let other people care for them every once in a while. So I had a few hours to myself. I mean, all the stuff that I did when I had children and, okay, I didn't mind staying at home either and letting my husband go to work. Bring home the bacon per se, though I did too. I had no problem with that. I don't know why women have a problem with that these days. God almighty, just stay home with your kids. Give them what they need. Then they start going to school. Then go find a job, where then coming home, you having to be home when they get home from school, and then having some dinner ready and do a little cleaning in the house. If you're a little bit organized, your house doesn't have to start looking like a pigsty. Okay, pigsties are very clean, actually, if the pigs have enough room to do their business in accordance and stuff. So that I'm not quite sure where that came from. But I could see how some people, how they keep their pigs. Okay, so here it is, right there. Parental love also consists of when you start to have your own family. Is it as a mother or a father? You're not that important anymore for your own self, okay? You should already be at a stage in your life where you are going to have the ability to give and care for and support what you established, what you created, what you signed up for. It's not that hard to understand that. That's parental love. Oh, I have to give up my... No, you don't. This is the next step in a person's life. You had how many years? Okay, the ones who are being a little bit more strict with themselves might make it to 22, 23, 24, 25 before they establish a family, right? Properly, naturally. Not talking about having 5 or 6 abortions before that. Not talking about being so promiscuous out there that, I'm talking about the proper step to get to where? Number 1, you grow as a child with your parents. That's the ideal. To a certain age, where you then, you have dreams. I had dreams. I was 6 years old. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. Now, when you ask an 18-year-old, so what you going to do next? I'm not sure. I don't know. Huh? Yeah, and that's the majority. Not talking, right there. I wrote, something's wrong. Something's not right. Why not? We'll talk about that when it comes to filial piety, and children's love for the parents. So we're not going to get into that one. So when you get to the point where then you start your own family, you've already fulfilled your dreams. You're already doing what you want to do. You're already, oh no? Oh, well, whose fault is that? And then who's supposed to suffer on that? Girl, are you having babies up there? I should go and check. Let's go and check later on. So again, who do you want to blame except for yourself when suddenly you become a part of the crowd who says, oh, my life is gone, now that I've raised kids. Oh my God, it's so hard. Oh my God. Sickening to me to have to listen to people like that. I don't care if it's a mother or a father. You should be as joyful as you could be, and that was me. What are we going to do today? Oh, what could we do today? Do we need to do anything today? My mind, once I started having children, was full of just ideas what to do with my children. Not without my children, with my children. Yes. One of my favorite things that I did with my children, and I loved, was go on walks. Great. To the park, to the woods, and see what they could all get into. Yeah. I homeschooled on top of that because I felt, after I went and looked at some of the public schools that they had in Berkeley, California, the one I wanted her to get into didn't have any more room, but that one looked all right. Then the other ones I'm going, who the hell in their right mind is going to send their kids to places like this? I just sat outside in the car watching the playground, watching the outside parts there, and see what the kids did to each other. Teachers didn't do nothing. And kind of what went on, the drab, absolutely uninspiring place where these kids were playing on their off time or recess. I'm going, no, why would I do that to any of my children 5 days a week? Why would I do that? Not doing that. So we started our own school. Illegal in California, or illegal. It worked anyway for us. If you weren't a teacher already, and I'm going, who says I'm not a teacher? Eh? I felt that taught my kids just fine. And they didn't miss anything. I don't think so. They might have thought differently. Because, on what? Because of the children around us. Though, we were in a great homeschooling group, went on all these trips this snap, which they would have never been able to do otherwise. So again, as a parent, I just made a decision for my children didn't know what the best was for them. I did. That's parental love. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I have 4. 3 in succession of 2 years each. Are you kidding me? Finally, I could have one in school, and then the next one pretty soon, and then, right? And here, what am I doing? Making it even harder for me as a parent? No. No, I loved it. Again, I invested 100% into homeschooling. I really did. And loved it. And loved it. That's what you do as a parent. I think for a child, there is nothing worse than when they get the feeling they were not wanted. Or get an inkling they're too much trouble. That's when the real trouble all starts, I think, with children. Because they don't know how else to express, especially when they're little ones. I've seen that with every child that came here. I was told they're a problem. Every one of them. They weren't the problem. It was the parents. Parental love. Is the most beautiful thing that you can be a part of in the principles of love and in the principles of creation. That is basically the bottom line. So to anyone out there that is around people themselves who are struggling with their own identity while they're having children, okay, is stop worrying about that. It's too late. You've got to make the best possible choices now for your child, not for your own self. If that means getting rid of one car, so you have one less payment, one less insurance payment, this and that, stay home with your children. Be home when they come home from school. Have dinner ready. Have things set up for their homework to do. Encourage them. Make some plans for the weekend where you're going to either do something at home, working in the garden, something, right, with your children. When people go out, and parents, what I notice these days, when they make a plan for the weekend, it is so the kids are entertained, so they're not bored at home. Why would any child be bored at home? Yeah, you figure that out on your own, in your own surroundings. I know my children were not bored at home. They never were. There was too much to do. Way too much. As I said it, oh my God, I had whole walls where they outside painted on and this and that. And there was, I don't know if my children realize, how much time I put into getting things ready for them to get into, right? And do things. Yeah. So, when I told my son, that's parental love right there. And how did I learn? I come out of a broken home. My mom didn't have time. She had to work way too much and all that. So, but here, how did I learn that? Because when you have a relationship with God and a relationship with the spirit world, you read the Bible, now, when you have a heart to mind, you automatically, it's in your DNA to want to be the best absolute parent that you can be. Did I discipline my kids? Yeah, a few times. To this day they tell me, Mom, it was laughable when you tried to give us a spanking. First of all, the talk of, well, I don't want to hurt you, but, it hurts me more than you, and I want to let you know this isn't just a split thing. It's like, but you don't seem to be, and then the spanking, and they're going, Mom, it didn't hurt at all. Well, okay, well, and they just pretended to cry, this and that. All right, really? All right, well, anyway. When children are teeny tiny, sometimes when they get into danger, which again too, what do you do most of the time when they're below 3 years old? All you do is you run after them. I just went through that again for 4 months. I had a little 1.5-year-old, my little granddaughter taken. All you do is just run after her, right, to make sure whatever she was doing, she was busy all day long until it was time for a nap. Thank God. Right? But I loved it. I was going to stop her. She's too busy. Busy doing the Rosie. Yeah, I'm coming. Right? Watching over her as she was exploring everything. Right? Yes. to, right, depending on, no, you can't do it. She was really amazing. 1.5 years old, all you have to do is just tell her, no, you can't do that. And I'm telling you why. That's going to hurt you. And she was pretty good. She was pretty good about it. Now, some children just aren't that good about it. And you have to slap their hand every once in a while, this or that, right? But usually children, they react very quickly to something like that. If it isn't done all the time, where then they almost become immune to it, or, well, it doesn't matter what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it anyway, kind of thing. But after they reach a certain age, you just talk to them. I found that with most of my children, until they reach teenager years, which then it's like, okay, I give up. Right? Well, I didn't then either, but you explain. Often they're just being told, no, you can't do that. In a child's mind right away it goes, why can't I do that? I find that when people, parents, moms and dads, take the time to take the child aside and explain things in normal language. No, you can't do that now. Okay, all right. Which, little boo-boo talk and this and that when they're teeny tiny little babies to get them to laugh at you. It's not what I'm talking about. You talk normal to a child. Now, I've had enough experiences with that, where if you talk a regular language to the child, beware when you cuss and curse around the child. It is as if you poison the air around the child, and they will soak it up. They will absolutely soak it up. So beware. And their capabilities of actually understanding language in a more pure, proper way, to start to pay attention to the intonations that you got, the snap, when you're explaining something, that's another thing. A child picks that up differently. Yeah, I know, but it's true. I've seen that enough. And so then the child's comprehension for danger, for this or that, becomes more acute. And they're automatically more careful with certain things. Will not touch fire again. Will not, unless you are there directing them. Okay, take that stick now and kind of poke around the lip. Don't do it too much so the sparks don't come up and maybe hit your eye or something. Okay, good job. And they'll look back at you going, am I doing it good now? Yeah. That's what you're looking for. When you see that in a child, when you're teaching them something and they're looking for, is that, you're good. Parental love, once you start having children, is when the children become your focal point as a couple. Not just talking just mom and the dad, each. You do that together. And then it isn't about, now we have children, now we don't have time for each other anymore. Then it's not like that. When you do that together, you'll be amazed how much time together you will still have. Because that's something you share. You share that. But once again, there too, right? Yeah. That complaining over the most wonderful, beautiful things out there that bring us nothing but joy is unbelievable to me. And the reasons for it. Because you can't go to the bar and get drunk. Or you can't hang with your girlfriends anymore now. Well, or you can't hang with your guys anymore unless, as I said, one or the other takes turns to take care of the children so you can still go and do that. Well, when you do things like that, do you also realize that you keep feeding something in your life that you regret not having anymore, that you have to give up now? And who suffers under that? Exactly. Right there. When you're really invested in parental love that comes from God, established through the principles of creation and the principles of love, you start to understand when you're in a different time of your life, How is it that when you're a child, you grow out of being a child, you're good with that? You want to go back into diapers? Is that it? Well, don't you think you should be growing out of teenagehood too? And into adulthood? And that means in certain stages of your life that you have to set aside, oh, well, I'm done with that. Oh, no, can't do that anymore. I've got other responsibilities now. I'm not going to give that up for that. I'm not going to give that up. My children, the happiness of my husband or wife, the togetherness that we could have as a family, growing together with God's Spirit as well, for the partying, sitting in a bar, doing this, doing that, getting together with my old girlfriends or guy friends. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what people are hankering after they have families. Not all of them. But from what I've seen, a lot of people. So, parental love. Parental love means when you start a family and you start to commit to a family, then commit 100% rather than the 50% you're willing to give, or the 60 or the 70. Sometimes people give even less. Yeah. There's another thing too. If for one reason or another you can't be together with the other parent and you're not the one taking care of the children, don't fight child support. I don't even understand why people have to go to court for that. I don't understand why the party involved in the child's life, in creating the child's life, doesn't just say, how much do you need? I'm going to make sure I'm going to make that much and more to give to you to raise that child. That's parental love. Why is stuff like that in court? I'm not getting that. You got to remember that when you take away from a child's life, when you take away from the security of a child's life, if you take away just sustenance, simple living conditions from a child's life, because you're fighting over it in court, or you feel you don't need to pay as much or this or that, again, you're not going to live forever. This is a warning. And I feel like if I don't give these warnings out there as well, that come with parental love, then suddenly, well, you knew about it. Why didn't you tell those people? They obviously didn't get it, but you did. Well, now here I'm telling you. Beware. Yep. It's most likely, that saying's pretty much true. What you're willing to give, most likely will also be bestowed upon you. So, parental love. That is what parental love is shouldn't be how terrible your life is with children, married life, this, that. Should be how amazing and beautiful it is. Yeah, and since we do get older, it's not like you're going to get a second chance at it. Oh, I know now. You can read a lot of book about all that. There was this one woman. She was, that was when I had my first one. It wasn't this Lamaze class, which, well, anyway, didn't do a whole lot of good, but I'm sure for some people it does. This woman was about 40 years old, definitely older. And she had her first child, and she had it. Oh, and then how this stuff goes. You get together afterwards. It was funny. I was able to take Christina, my oldest one, to our last Lamaze class because she was born 3 weeks early, and it was kind of cute. And so anyway, then later on you get together one more time, kind of see how everybody's doing with their babies, and this woman was there with her newborn baby, this older woman, and now older woman, as I said, she was 40 something, I was 23, and so here I'm sitting, and her baby's crying. She is a mess. You could tell she was just a mess. And the baby's crying. She says, crying all the time. So one of the women there says, why don't you feed it? No, it's not time yet. It has to be 4 hours in between feedings. So we're all, thank God, it's like this great group trying to help this lady. So we're going, feed the baby, okay? Just feed it. So she did. She kind of gave it. She did everything by the book. By the book. By the book. By the book. How silly is that? I've not met one child or one human being who's exactly like someone else. We got 2 pigs out of the same litter out there. One's darker, one's lighter, one has more hair, one has less hair. I mean, just saying, those are pigs. Now, human beings, I'd say even more so, right? Anyway. So, finally, and it's kind of, you get together and you're having a good time, and God almighty, what an annoying thing if there's a kid constantly just whining and crying, and I don't care what age they are. For me, usually it's, okay, I need to, what's going on here? Because I watch it for so long, when I don't see the parents or grandparents that are around as well doing anything, I will do something. And it's always works. Children love it here. They love it here. Because there is a set rule. There are set rules for certain things, and there are none for other things. Anyway, so we finally got her to feed that baby before the 4 hours were over. And that baby went on and on and on, and then she said, okay, that's enough. But no, let it finish till it's done, right? So she did, and that baby went to sleep. Now we're talking, what, 2, 3-week-old baby? 4 weeks old baby? And it slept, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's sleeping. She kept going to check on the baby. Still sleeping. So can you imagine, you're born, your parents go after the best pediatric books, this and that, I don't know what, recommendations of people who often never had a kid. And this poor little baby, for the first, 3 or 4 weeks of its life, never really got full, starved. Not because it had to. It was made to. By wrong-informed parents. Blows my mind. That's not parental love. That's peer pressure from the outside. How can you not know what your own child, grown within yourself, needs when it comes to a simple thing like that? How can you not know? How can you not know?
I knew that my daughter didn't get enough. I went to the doctor. She got teeth at 3 months old. I said, I think I need something else. She was about 3 weeks old as well, this snat. I nursed all the time. Oh my gosh, I was so tired. And finally I went, I said, I don't think she's getting enough milk. I don't know what's wrong, but I said, I said, I read up, can I give her some soy milk? Yeah. So I did half and half. Oh, she loved it. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes, that worked. 3 months old, she got teeth. Well, can I feed her something? And yeah, just go eat it with rice or oatmeal. Did that. Oh, right. Oh, she got enough from the start, per se. I was, can't, yeah. I'm running out of liquids. Yeah. So, I was just 23. I knew something wasn't quite going the way it needed to. Now with Emily, the third one, so my breast milk was just too thin. And with Emily, it was like cream. Well, I realized that too. She did not eat anything until 6 months old. Didn't need it. She was fat as a butterball. It's just how different it can run. It's just how different it can go. Parental love is to recognize the needs in your children as well. And in order to be able to do that, especially as a mother, and inform the father if needed, is to be there for them and with them. I loved being a stay-at-home mom. I loved it. I didn't mind going to work either, with whatever I did. I didn't mind that either. When I look back, it was just a great time. So when I told my son, someday you will realize, and so will the other ones, you had the absolute 100% perfect mom. Perfect mom. As a child, you could not have had a more perfect mom. He goes, I already know that. Why are you saying that? Huh? Why are you saying that? I already know that. I already know that. If as a child you know that, okay, then you should act upon that as well. All of my children are really interesting. They all still need my guidance in some ways or others, if they like it or not. I wait till they come. And I try to give them still the best possible guidance, according to the principles of creation and the principles of love. And they're never done. Maybe, yeah. Now I'm past 55, maybe at the age of 85 or 90, I'll go, well, I didn't know that at the age of 55, but I know that now. Probably, might have done a little something different there, when one or the other came, at that age, but, well, that's what I did then. We're still growing. We're still doing the best that we know how. I am. Some may disagree with that, but don't let your children abuse you once they get older either. And again, it isn't about the same thing. If as parents you're still going, I'm not getting my due, this, that, it's no different than parents saying, oh my gosh, now I got kids, I can't do anything anymore, right? That's still no difference there. the main thing is know who you are as a parent. Know what you signed up for. Signed up for a lot of heavenly joy is what you signed up for. And more to come. That's what you signed up for. Know truly what you signed up for. To give parental love with the guidance of God and Spirit world is the most wonderful thing you could be designed for and sign up for. So, I think I'm going to have to make a fourth one. This is 3, chapter 2, 3. I have to make one more. So I'm going to leave that for that one. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So here it is. Chapter 2, Parental Love, Part 3, Raising Your Children. There are all kinds of different things out there to help you raise your children. If you need help raising your children for one problem or another, then pray, ask for guidance, send those angels. Okay, what will be the best book for me to read? Or where will I get the best possible guidance for that particular problem or that particular need in my child? And you go with that. And the one thing that really, as a parent, my children had the same, or don't go to the school if there was anything a problem. Don't go to schools, then they're going to know, Don't listen to your children when it comes to stuff like that. Are you kidding me? I went to school every time something, and even though my children knew Mom's going to go to school, they still told me. Now, maybe not everything. Some of the stuff I had to find out myself. But I did. Not just to go and complain, just go and see, okay, what is actually going on? And then, instead of just singling my child out, what happened to that, say, you got a problem going on here with several kids, several students. And why aren't you doing anything about it? If you suddenly have a stay-at-home mom who has the time to go to the school board, has the time to go attend school board meetings, has the time to go and sit in on open days and this and that, okay, and has time to just go and check out what's going on in the schools while the kids are in the classrooms, this and that, what do you think? Number one, I still think that bullying is a big problem. And why it still is a problem as it is, I don't understand. I have no, except for, where are the parents? Where's your parental love right there for your child? The impact that bullying has on a child is tremendous. Anyway, enough said on that. Okay? So here we are. Okay, God's love and blessings always. I'm kind of done here. The horses aren't back yet. Not sure where they are. But I got everything ready, so all I have to do is just let them in. Because the piggies and the chickens are ready to be fed. There's a couple other things I have to do over here. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm working on an art project. Got into weaving, doing some things. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, God's love and blessings always. I hope, gosh, what else could one say, Father? Done all right. Don't give them too much. They want to be able to digest it. Just grow your heart to mind when you're around your children. Yeah? Love being with them. Just love it. 3/4 of the problem solved. All right, God's love and blessings always. Now we'll talk to y'all another time.